Imagine football not just as a game of kicking a ball, but as a giant chessboard. The managers we'll meet here aren't just coaches. They're like chess masters, using tactics and formations like clever moves to win. They forever changed how the beautiful game is played, from the fancy footwork of total football to the intense pressure of high pressing. These managers are football's masterminds. Before we jump into the minds of these geniuses, let's rewind a bit. In the early days of football, teams lined up stiffly, with more focus on strength than skill. Back then, a formation called the WM, think a big W in the midfield with 3 forwards, was popular, with clear lines between attackers and defenders. But by the late 1800s and early 1900s, things started to change. Teams like Austria and Hungary played a more fluid style called the Danube Waltz, with shorter passes and players moving around the field more. This laid the groundwork for the tactical revolutions that were about to hit football. Rinus Michels, a Dutch manager who became famous in the 1970s, is known as the total football guy. His big idea was all about players being flexible and always moving. Unlike teams with fixed positions, Michels' players could switch roles from offense to defense and back again, making them unpredictable and hard to beat. Imagine defenders like Ruud Krol running up the field to start attacks, while wingers like Johan Cruyff moved into the center, confusing the other team and creating gaps to score. But Michels wasn't just interested in fancy attacking moves. His teams were also strong at defense, with everyone working together to win the ball back quickly. This total approach demanded players to be fit, disciplined, and smart about tactics. Even though Michels' Dutch team didn't win the World Cup, their amazing playing style inspired a whole generation of coaches and made everyone love total football. While Michels focused on attacking with flexibility, Arrigo Sacchi, the Italian manager who dominated with AC Milan in the late 80s and early 90s, became famous for stealing the ball high up the field and putting pressure on opponents. Imagine his teams, led by legends like Franco Baresi and Paolo Maldini, playing with a very high defensive line, forcing the other team to build their attack from the back under constant pressure. But Sacchi wasn't just about winning the ball. He wanted his players to attack quickly after getting it. His wingers, like Roberto Donadoni and Gianluca Lentini, had to defend well, but also had the speed and skill to run past defenders when they got the ball. This offside trap worked together with a style focused on keeping possession, with the ball moving quickly and precisely. This overwhelmed opponents and made AC Milan champions both in Italy and Europe. Sacchi's skills at stopping the other team and putting pressure on them with a high defensive line inspired many teams to adopt similar tactics. Pep Guardiola, the mastermind behind Barcelona's incredible success in the late 2000s, is known for his short passing style called Tiki-Taka. This wasn't entirely new, but Guardiola perfected it to a whole new level. He paid close attention to every detail, making sure each player knew exactly what to do to keep the ball moving and create triangles of players for passing. Imagine watching Barcelona play under Guardiola. Players like Xavi Hernandez and Andres Iniesta orchestrated attacks with pinpoint passing, weaving through defenders with beautiful short passes and movement. This dominance in possession not only created scoring chances, but also stopped the other team from playing because they never had the ball. Guardiola's success went beyond Barcelona, with his ideas influencing coaches all over the world. Today, many teams use variations of Tiki-Taka, showing the lasting impact of this mastermind. Football keeps changing, and new masterminds are always appearing. Who will be the next manager to revolutionize the game? Explore the history of tactics, watch how teams play today, and discover the tactical innovations shaping the future of football. A huge thank you to everyone who tuned in today. Your support means the world and allows us to keep creating content about this amazing sport. If you enjoyed learning about these tactical geniuses, hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into the beautiful game. Let us know in the comments section which mastermind impressed you the most and what other tactical innovations you'd like to see explored.